At the end of the day, we are accountable to ourselves. Our success is a result of what we do. Catherine Pulsifer.
In order to ensure that accountability remains as a core value in the workplace, it is important to provide feedback to employees. Feedback can be used as a tool to inform and reassure employees that they are moving in the right direction, or if they need to redirect their path of action. Feedback is a way of providing instruction, suggestions, or reassurance to an individual regarding the performance of their task. Positivity is a key to success. It is evident that positivity in the workplace increases happiness, productivity, and employee engagement. Positive feedback has the same effect on individual performances. When employees are given both positive and negative feedback, they are more likely to hear and internalize the negative feedback. Negative feedback is discouraging and counterproductive. Redirection or corrective feedback is possible to express in a positive way, which will allow for a more effective, encouraging approach. When giving feedback, it is best to focus on suggestions for the future rather than criticizing past mistakes. To be held accountable means that you are responsible for particular actions and decisions. Feedback should be offered as an aid to help guide you through your tasks and successfully reach your objectives. Positive feedback can help an individual grow, which in turn will help the company to grow. Positive feedback has a positive effect. Not only should feedback be clear and direct, it should be timely as well. Good feedback will help employees to grow. There is a lot of power in using continuous feedback between team members, since this feedback contributes to the outcomes in the business. Feedback is more productive when it is given frequently. If there is a significant time difference between the production of work and the feedback, then employees risk losing value on that work. Feedback will help to reinforce the importance of the assignments in relation to the success of the business. Timely feedback helps employees to make changes that may be necessary, ask questions or suggest strategies, and simply encourages them to stay accountable for their work until final results are produced. Building an accountable workplace involves giving influential, constructive feedback. Feedback will let individuals know where they stand and what their next steps will be. Giving feedback includes suggestions on improvements, confirming appropriate actions and strategies, and simply creating an open conversation to exchange ideas between one another. Businesses that have a strong bond between their team members have a more approachable feedback system. Employees will feel more comfortable both giving and receiving feedback. Giving feedback is crucial for improving performance and employee engagement. Effective feedback should be goal-oriented, be actionable and constructive, include examples, be given frequently, focus on observation, not assumption, include positive reinforcement. Evidently, feedback allows for greater accountability. Without the use of feedback, accountability would decrease, along with engagement, productivity, and overall success. Truly receiving feedback means that you are understanding and accepting the opinions or suggestions of the other individual. When employees do not effectively receive feedback or react poorly to this feedback, then it can be harmful to accountability. Accountable employees will go out of their way to ask for feedback from others. They are proactive and respect the opinions of others as a tool to better themselves and their work. It is important to understand that upon reflection of feedback given, it is ultimately your choice with how you will use this feedback. Receiving feedback requires an open mindset and active listening. Remember that feedback is often given as a tool to boost your performance, not to harm it. You do not have to act on this feedback, but remember to be polite in your response and thank them for giving their opinions. If the feedback is unclear, try to ask questions to gain a clear understanding of what it is they are trying to say. Consider any nonverbal communication, body language, tone, eye contact as well. After the feedback has been exchanged, it is then important to reflect and figure out how you might apply this feedback to your work to make positive changes. Feedback from others will help guide you to create a plan that will help further you towards success. How will the feedback affect your plan of action? Remember that your response to feedback is your personal choice. You have to evaluate the value and determine how to implement new ideas. Action plans should be straightforward but adjustable. Feedback will help to create a strong action plan that enhances work performance, which in turn will create a more accountable employee. Now, let's look at a practical illustration. Levi had been steadily working on his big project that his boss Cora had assigned to him. After many hard, long working days on the project, Levi began to worry that he was doing something wrong and Cora would not approve. He knew it would be the right and accountable thing to do by asking for some feedback from Cora. Cora apologized for Levi's confusion on the project and was able to provide him with constructive feedback on his work. Cora's feedback included examples, suggestions, and positive reinforcement. Levi listened very carefully and asked questions for clarity. At the end of the conversation, Levi was confident that Cora's feedback was very effective in helping him reach his final goal for the project.